currently worth $600 million.
However, Bill, since you had zero interest in my company while I was alive, therefore the board will maintain control.
When the son heard he wasn't getting any inheritance, he blew up on the spot. The second daughter also stormed out furiously, but grandson George stayed detached throughout. His father had died young, rumor was grandpa caused it, so they'd never been close. George never expected to inherit a single penny. Just as he got up to leave, the lawyer stopped him, saying grandpa had left him a video message. George reluctantly sat back down. On the tape, grandpa told George, "It's all my fault. I handled that situation badly back then. You're the one I wronged most." To make amends, he was giving George an ultimate gift, but before receiving it, George had to complete tasks. No quitting allowed, or he'd get nothing. The butler handed George a plane ticket to Houston for tomorrow. Next morning, George arrived at the airport where grandpa's old friend William picked him up and drove him to a ranch. The following day, George slept in.
Morning.
What is your problem?
He brought George to the ranch, handed him tools, and said, $1 for every fence post you drive. Then he walked away. George chose to lounge around instead. William watched but didn't intervene, still driving him to the ranch daily. George gradually realized this was a test, do the work or never leave. He started driving posts, but they came out crooked at first. William would haul them away in his truck, making George start over. Slowly, George's fence posts became perfectly straight, stretching endlessly in a row. When finished, William drove him to the airport, saying, "If you approach everything like driving fence posts, there's nothing you can't accomplish." George was puzzled. What about my gift? The lawyer replied that job was the gift. Though initially annoyed, George understood grandpa's wisdom and asked, "What's the next gift?" Grandpa's second task, find a true friend. George's first thought was his girlfriend. He asked her to dinner, but when the check came, the waiter said his card was frozen. Embarrassed, George asked his girlfriend to cover it. She burst into tears. "You don't love me anymore, making me pay the bill." She ran off, leaving George stunned. He frantically called friends for money, but nobody would help. Furious, George smashed his phone. Now George had absolutely nothing. On the video, Grandpa smiled. When you have nothing, you truly see people for who they really are. That's my second gift.